Hi, good morning. I'm Andrea Storm, Sturm, and thanks for finding me. I've been documenting this wonderful, wonderful sunflower looking toward the east. And yes, this morning there are bees enjoying a morning meal. And again, just like yesterday, the minute I say that, they go off camera. Oh, there comes one. There. Sorry about that view. There we go. I know, so marvelous. Isn't that fabulous? So even in the city, in the bricks and mortar, I mean, it's ugly. Isn't it ugly? Come on, let's be real. You can create some sense of beauty, right? And then have this intrinsic satisfaction of knowing that you created this, that you built this, right? Now, some people like to have herbs, and I didn't cook so much, right? So, and then there's squirrels. Listen to me, I'm like, eh, 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 eh. And then there's squirrels, and who knows what they carry. So I went for the feeding the bees, putting oxygen back into the environment, despite the brick and mortar around me and the decay. I mean, honestly, there's decay. It's everywhere. I lied to you not, but I can't complain. Like, this is Chicago. We're supposed to put up with this. There's no affordable housing, right? And whatever you have, you're supposed to be grateful for it and take care of it. So, there's decay, paint chipping. It's not my property. I rent. But if I were the owner, I would make sure that my property was in better condition. But I make sure that the plants are fed. I do that. And that's the whole point of this, is to see past the bad air, the stagnant, environment, the environment that doesn't lend itself to inspiration, to hope, to dreaming, right? This flower makes me hope for a better day, where I can have a bunch of sunflowers again, where I can have a garden that's not just one little box, where it's just a whole yard of garden. I made the mistake of talking about my joy, and I've heard of this term called cross-watchers. I don't really know much about it, but the weirdest thing happened. I did a video yesterday about how I was grateful about the fence. Look, somebody cut that tree down, right? And then just left it there, like all lazy, like, and no, it wasn't the maintenance crew, because I put a call in to say, hey, there's like a tree hanging around. Somebody did that. Now, I don't know why they would have done that. I don't see a pattern here, or maybe I do, I'm not sure. Again, we're only here to remember that the reason that we built this in the first place is to get just a little bit of privacy, in a city that doesn't lend itself to boundaries. People want to touch on you on a train, on a bus, in a grocery store. Nobody wants to give you a chance to breathe. Well, you gotta have a little place where you can restore, even if it's something that you create and care for. You don't have to. I have to have something. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking out loud here. These are my videos for me, for my reflection. But when you're looking out on the beyond, I don't focus on those garbage cans. I don't even see them. When I look out that way, the only thing I focus on is that. And then it pisses me off that there's a wire back there, but what are you going to do? It's living in the city, right? But I don't know how many people even notice these wires. They're like everywhere. I know you have them in the country, across the United States. And then we got this big ass giant box. Let's go to that. Who knows what kind of signal that damn thing is emitting, collecting. Who knows? I don't even know. I don't know what that is. You know, I wanted to think it was a transformer because it's by the electric, but it might be, you know, for internet and things like that. And then, I mean, when you're looking at wires, I mean, they're like everywhere. These people over here have like cameras everywhere, everywhere. Like in my backyard right here in Chicago, I can count just looking around, right? Just doing a sweep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can see 17 cameras in the distance visually, just in my little alley area. You know, there's no privacy anymore. So when I say I just wanted a little privacy, just a little privacy. Get it? All right, I know. I need a piece of land. But even then, there are drones, right? What am I doing? Nothing. I just want to lay here on that little thing right there and sleep and feel like I'm safe. Yeah, and feel like I'm safe, right? Just be able to have a little 20-minute sun nap while I collect whatever it is that this little thing is pulsating at me. Who knows? They'll ask questions about it in 20 years. Did you live by one of these? Meanwhile, we have this. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing it. There's that bee. There we go. That's why we do it. This is how we do it now. This is how we do it.